BustaWrench. The racing koala, boom so fast, ain't no manana. On the track he rules the night, speed and flair, shine and light. Full of silver, eyes so bright, racing through the neon light. Crowds all cheer, feel the heat. BustaWrench can't be
Follow now for your daily dose of entertainment. One click unlimited fun in your future feed.
Speed and rhythm set the trend. Racing koala, our best friend. Funky beats, wheels on fire. Koala's heart filled with desire. Disco lights, shining bright. BustaWrench, the king of night. Feel that groove, feel that soul. BustaWrench will take control. Racing through the disco haze, forever in the spotlight's blaze. BustaWrench, oh BustaWrench, dance all night, no need for rest. Speed and rhythm set the trend. Racing koala, our best friend. BustaWrench, oh BustaWrench, dance all night, no need for rest. Speed and rhythm set the trend. Racing koala, our best friend. BustaWrench, he's on the street, tired of screeching, can't be beat. Now they humming in his chest, living life like there's no rest. Pedal down, he takes the lead. Adrenaline's his only creed. Crowd is wild, the lights are bright. BustaWrench gonna own the night. Racing hard and fearless grin. BustaWrench, he's here to win. Thunder roaring through the turns. Feel the heat and watch it burn. Dust is fine, engines roar. Pushing harder, wanting more. Highway's calling, here we go. No slowing, now we're in the flow. Rivals try but can't compete. Busta's got that need for speed. Every corner, every bend, he's the legend with no end. BustaWrench, he's here to win. Thunder rolling through the church. Feel the heat and watch it burn.
Let's fix that.
Just as fine, engines roar. Pushing harder, wanting more. Highway's calling, here we go. No slowing down,
we're in the flow.
Rivals try but can't compete. Busta's got that need for speed. Every corner, every bend, he's the legend with no end. Well, racing hard and feel his grin. BustaWrench, he's here to win. Thunder roaring through the turns. Feel the heat and watch it burn.
Bow, 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 bow. All right. Hey, just in time. We're gonna go check out what the vet's like in the rain. Thinking I haven't driven this since I stopped using Marvin's. That would be correct. Oh, yeah, that should be interesting. That's why we're not working. Okay. Interesting. Alright, track is really cold. Rain is a bit, and the track is moderately wet. Cold, wet tires on a very wet track. Oh, it says moderately. Looks good.
Moving. Heads up. In front of you now. Keep your eyes open.
Oh, that was pretty slick in there.
You'll climb in. I'll work out.
Did not want to slow down. I was like squirming all over the place, like a squirmy thing. Apply a little bit of throttle and pushing that nose wide leads me to think they have, well, it's either just overdoing the grip at the front, or it's got extra preload to the normal fixed setup. This is the baseline wet that it's put on here. This is a D-Class series. It's a way to drive the GT3s without having a B or a C license. But you have to drive in the wet with a fixed setup. I figure, you know, good way to learn the cars.
That's it. Those are the last times we need, man. Keep digging.
Even backed the corner up and it was still just, I think I was on the brakes much. I was just locking up and squirming. Whoa. Yeah. Much like that. You weren't using a lot of brake. Very interesting. Love the look of the Corvette. Love the dash on the Corvette. Wish it didn't have a flat plane crank. I think it just wished it had more balls in the sound department. It's a Vet. It doesn't sound like it should. But the overrun? Oh, the anti-lag and the overrun on that sound is beautiful. And I love the fact you got Buster sitting in the air dam there. Where are we going next? I haven't done a car change yet. Can do that. That's right. The Bend. Alright, so let's watch the squirming into, what's it called? Variante Alta. And then I crashed into Ravazza. It was squirming all over the place. I only just made it turn in. And yeah, touch the brakes and... Alright, let's look at that. Was I on touching something I shouldn't have been touching when I hit the brake? Thinking no. Already sliding. And it's downhill, so that could be it. Hit the brakes while we still had some angular momentum, that could have been it. But still, it shouldn't be that slippery. Couldn't think. Linear? You never know. Let's see what the... Mustang versus Mercedes at long. Driven this for a minute.
That was a terrible place to stop.
It's such a pitiful mirror. What do you hate about the AMG GT4? The mirror! Love the sound though. Of course the Mustang's even better, but love the sound of this. Force feedback. I don't think we have force feedback. We do. Take it all back.
At 4 is the fastest car on the race.
Oh yeah. Full tires.
25.692. Slow on the right. Very slow on the right. One on the right side. Clear.
Oy. One lap is not enough. All right. Tires warmed up and then see what we can do.
Thank you.
There you go, buddy. Have a good lap. Fastest lap you've run yet.
Ah, seriously?
On track.
Guess I put it just over the blend line. What did I turn into late? Feeling a little greasy in the rear, but not too
The
bad.
follow button is lonely and needs your attention. Join
Love the
our
sound.
community and catch every epic stream.
I like Long Beach. Racing tends to be a little, like Fight Club, but,
That was a nice lap, man. That was a nice one.
couldn't make friends with a Porsche. That was a bit of a shame. As I started braking on the inside of where I should have, and just sort of the nose is wandering just a skosh under brake. Nowhere near as bad as the Porsche was on the soft springs at Daytona. I was like, oh my god. Definitely still sliding quite a
In front
lot.
of you now. Keep your eyes open. Very slow on the right. The 52 gives the fastest car on the track. 25, 24, 6, 1.
I would like to do some more GT4. And the GR86 is kind of cool now. That's at Nordschleife at the moment. I guess we've moved up to 5th.
Not bad, man. Not bad.
Engaged ABS. Okay. Well, it's kind of good to see in
In
the
front of you. In front of you. He's moving.
trace that it goes yellow when the ABS is kicking in.
Got one in the dirt coming back on. Spin on the left side.
I lowered my load cell. Help with consistency, especially in the lead up to Daytona, which we didn't end up running even. But we were doing a lot of driving, and after the roar, my left leg was killing me. I was at about I think my brake was at 50 kilograms. Was that about 120 pounds? Oh yeah, give me that 26, baby. Come on. Make happy.
Good pace, bud. Doing good.
Yeah. All right, 4th.
Sorry, Mercedes.
Gearing's just nice too. We're not reaching for gears as we're heading into corners.
The 52 is the fastest car on the track. 25.32.
That's fast. Good enough for 3rd.
Great lap.
It was, but 3rd had moved down, so. Yeah, it's a 0. Doesn't lap count. At least as far as Garage 61 is concerned. Oh, yeah. I was trying to trail it in, trail to the apex and get on the gas sooner. But and we were like 3/4 of a second up on our best time. But we scraped the wall, so it wasn't going to count anyway. That was pretty cool. Gonna do the same thing in the Mustang. Have a look at those last 2 laps. Where's my drink? And you could have gone another 3-4 inches closer to the wall. Yeah. Alright, so let's see if we can beat a 126.7 in the Mustang.
Hello, hello. How are you doing? Hope you're having an amazing weekend so far, brother.
Hey, boy! Yeah, doing good. Chilling. I got the Daytona on. Got the Rolex on the big TV. Just this, what I'm looking for. Ooh, that's old. I'm just updating my paint GT4. And yeah, just chilling. What you up to this weekend? Just did a decent lap time at Long Beach in the Mercedes. That was fun. I thought, all right, can I get a 26.7 in the Mustang? We're not going to do a lot. It's really just
Oh,
changing
you
the
right.
font.
The 24. By missed start due to dentist appointment.
Yep. It was, yeah, there was a couple of incidents straight off the bat. Like, hi, it's 13 minutes in and I've just ripped the right front off my Porsche. Not a good day. Oh, changing from Chunk 5 to Flavors. I did, just ran the Corvette around Imola for the, in practice on the rain. And, I just wish the Corvette sounded a little ballsier. I really like it other
Doing
than that.
great. At work now. How's racing been today?
Quiet, so I haven't done any actual races yet. Contemplating dipping my toe into GT4, and you know, Long Beach is always a great race for safety rating. Actually, I like Long Beach.
Yes, I think Vet needs to sound more throatier like the Stang.
Yeah. Now, it has the best off-throttle sound. The anti-lag / overrun sounds great. But yeah, it sounds more like a Ferrari than the Ferrari. But I still like it. I ran it beginning of like 2-3 seasons ago. I started in it and then went back to the Mustang. Because it was the Corvette was 99% perfect. And then kind of like the B3 in a way, it'd just kill you out of nowhere sometimes. I just was more consistent in the Mustang. Still am, but you know, trying to get decent in the Porsche. Now I went to
I'm still scared of the Vet. Rotates too well sometimes.
yeah, it's the preload. So if you take the if you look at the fixed setup, it rotates probably one of the best of the, especially off throttle. The preload set to 100 on the fixed, and a lot of the like the Apex setups, EDOC setups had it at like 170, 180. So that's kind of where some of the snap comes from. That'll get understeer to push snap. Yeah, push to snap if you got too high a preload, but it locks the rear up better and you can get better drive out. But it'll also potentially kill you. Now you take the Vet and you put it on 100 for the preload, and it turns in great. It's pretty good off the corner too, and it'll kill you a lot less. Public service announcement brought to you by the letter C.
Oh, okay, good to know.
Yeah, it's sensitive. Well, most of the GT3s run. They tend to run. If you're getting one like you get on the gas and it's pushing, and then it snaps, it's usually because it's running
You'll
a
have to
high
try
preload.
adjusting preload on the Vet tunes.
Yeah. Yip. F flavors. Nearly done here. I'll get it. I can launch the session. Selected car. Launch the session. Yeah, you can tweak that rotation nicely with it. And it's generally like it has. I think it has the best dash. It's the most because the whole thing will flash red or yellow depending on if you got ABS or traction control kicking in. The whole dash flashes. It's got the best layout for temperature and temps. They're right there, pressure and temps. And the visibility is pretty good, even with the bars down the front. So there's a lot to like. It just had a tendency to kill you out of
I'm so set up
nowhere.
illiterate. I just drive. In real life, I just had my buddies do my suspension setups and just drove.
Well, I'll give you my book, which I'm updating, and I have been very lazy about updating it. But I wrote a sim racing guide back in 2014 that goes through what are the different suspension bits do, how does tweaking a car affect different things, what can I do. I actually wrote some software on it too, which didn't go very well, but this was way before it got all popular in 19. So you could say, this is the car I'm driving, and say the car is loose in, or it's loose everywhere, or it's loose off. And then based on the setup changes that were available for that car, it would say, okay, these are your options. You know, you can tweak a tire pressure, because back then you could tweak tire pressures. Tire pressure, or go up or down on a bump or a rebound, or change the springs, change the brake bias. But I'll slide you the old version, and you can have previews of the new version too. making it look a little bit better than just the old PDF that it is, and update the diagrams.
Sweet.
Go through,
Appreciate it.
goes through the circular traction and tire patches and how tires work and aerodynamics versus mechanical grip and all that sort of crap that Jesse and I bullshit about. Now, the difference between what I'm talking about and what Jesse's talking about is he's very familiar with the modern stuff.
BB, camber and toe. Long.
And I'm coming from a NASCAR perspective of the old stuff. So he's got me beat on the new knowledge faux show. But the principles are the same. It's always fun jousting with him. But yeah, the GTPs, when you talk about heave springs and moderating pitch versus roll, which you can all do differently, that gets much more... How one change interacts with another change is what I need to get up to speed with on the new stuff. Like I can nut out what an individual change will do, but it's the compound knock-on of changing the pitch and how it affects the aero.
Basics is good start, I think. Hello, CHST.
Hey, MP! Oh, absolutely. That's the thing. You look at NASCAR and the old NASCARs, we still have them in the service, and how they work is very fundamental. How a shock bump versus rebound affects going over curbs, for instance, or if you're locking up the fronts because the front suspension is too soft or the rear rebound is too soft, that means the car is moving faster for changing, and it's all weight, right? So it's moving the weight faster. Well, you can slow that down by increasing the front springs so that it'll still change the weight coming forward, but it'll slow it down. And how it does it, you could increase the rebound on the back shocks, and that will also, it'll release the shocks slower, which slows how quickly the weight's transitioning. And then, so it's all the mechanical grip stuff, and then you have to, when you go up to the formula and the GTPs, you need to add in the aero stuff, which is, okay, based on the car and the rake, it'll adjust the aero balance and stuff like that. So you can take it from the simple, all right, how do I prevent locking up the fronts? Or you can make the brake bias go backwards. Put more work to the rear tires. That'll do it. You could increase the front springs, as I said, or slow the weight transfer down. You could brake easier. You could squeeze the brake instead of hitting the brake. That, so there's, all different ways that you can manipulate what you got. And just that's sort of how my brain works as I'm driving. And because I came from trying to make the tires last a full fuel stint, which is the goal in NASCAR, right? To have as low a drop-off over the stint as possible. I don't push the car typically as hard as I should. That's why I'm a little slow at times, because I know that I could go faster, but I'm scrubbing the fronts, and that'll spike the heat, and that'll mean I'm slower in 2 or 3 laps. So my single lap pace is generally slower, but my race pace is, it's alright. Yeah, it's alright. I'm not upset with my race pace. Wish I could qualify a little bit better sometimes, but that is as it is. Alright, so let me save this paint and let's see how the Mustang is round. This will be interesting. It's missing some of the paints, but that's fine. Pardon me. Long Beach. Love me a little bit of Long Beach.
I'm terrible at managing tires. I definitely needs lessons from Jetty Ryan with that.
Oh yeah, I'll take that too. I'm certainly happy to share what I know, but I've also learned stuff too, especially the new stuff. And then there's peculiar iRacing stuff that is getting better as the tires get better. You know, you shouldn't have to brake in a bell in a GTP car. Like a car that's got high downforce, you should be able to hit the brake to 80 and then trail as the aero comes off and the mechanical grip takes over. That's the trail. But you know, iRacing has its quirks. Go up to 44 on the brakes. Track 10, we'll go up on the ABS and traction control. There's a thing with the Mustang, it I don't know if I've updated the force feedback on this. Maybe.
Right, more spike braking to trailing rather than like the hill.
Yeah, absolutely. But iRacing, because of the historically low grip of the tires, if you do that, they slide, and if you slide the tires, the heat spikes. And we know what happens when the heat spikes. Even the new GTP tires do it, because they're still the version 9. Version 10 is supposed to go a long way to helping that, if they ever release it. Oh, a little bit of push through the middle, but we're on cold tires. So yeah, in iRacing, you're sort of fighting what you should be doing with what you need to do to be fast in the sim. That's why LMU feels better. It's a little bit closer to how you should be braking. Well, that's not squirming anywhere near as much as the Porsche or the Mercedes.
ICE. Sweet, thanks for the chat info, Shane. Always appreciate you, brother.
No worries. I could talk underwater with a mouthful of wet cement. You have fun at work. I'm sure we'll catch up later for some laps. I need to pick up some speed so I can keep up with you guys. I love the mirror in these Mustangs. Fronts are still pushing. Let's take it easy for another lap. Get the pressures up. What are we looking for? A 26.7 or something? That was 26.76, I think, is the best I did in the Merc.
Up, one off course, one off course.
Not even. Tires are still under pressure. Still blue on the dash. 181 should be about right, though. I'm assuming we've got less tires on the GT4s than the GT3s. I don't think they run the same tire. Could be wrong. Haven't looked into it. Don't know. (26.1). I wasn't pushing yet. Very interesting. okay. I do love my Mustangs, gotta say. Run the piss out of the GT3. So one of the things I like about the GT4 Mustang is you can get squirms and you can slide it around, and that's a lot of fun. It's not fast, it kills the tires, but it is fun. Kind of reminds me of an old Holden Tirana, which is kind of sacrilege, saying a Ford's a Holden. Get lynched back home for that. But back when the Holden Tirana ran, it was still a V8 running around Mount Panorama, but the Fords at the time were huge in comparison. I think at the time the biggest Holden was a Kingswood, but they raced the Tirana and Ford was racing the Falcons. So if you look at like 1979, 1980 Mount Panorama races.
On the YouTube, hit that like button and show some love to the algorithm.
Peter Brock running around in the 05 Tirana against Moffat. Going down to first there for too busy talking. But that's 0.6 faster than we went in the Mercedes. Same setup, essentially. It's, well, same last year's Apex setup. I haven't raised the seat, probably should. Couple clicks. Raise the GT3 Mustang seat 4 clicks. Oh, well, yeah. I probably should have rolled the brake bias back as the fronts came up to temperature, but I only did 5 laps, man, come on. And the first lap was the fastest lap. Very interesting. Can't go across those double yellows unless you want a slow down. Got to finish the paint. Missing some icons, but that was fine. Basically going from my normal purple from last year. We ran white for Christmas, new sort of holidays. I was running white. Now going back to black. So my secret, I don't know other people's secret, my secret to Long Beach is get close to the walls, don't get too close to the walls, leave some room for oops, unexpected slide or catching a brake, catching a wheel, something like that, and sort of drive it at 8/9 instead of trying to muscle it, and it seems to work. Concentrate on corner exit to try and brake a little earlier, roll through the corner with a little bit more speed if you can. That's what I'm working on. It's trying to pick up that mid-corner pace. Not brake at the last moment, engage ABS, hook everything up and try and get it around, muscle it around the corner. And that seems to help. That's what we're working on. And it's very easy to light the rears up. Like I was saying, it's fun to slide this thing around, but that means it'll just get harder and harder to drive as the stint goes on. Man, it sounds good. Alright, I'll be right back. Alright, let's go see if we can jump in a race or something. Preferably something we've practiced. That was fun. That was fun. Trucks. We could just start in the pits. Do Nürburgring. Haven't practiced it, that's the thing. Oh, they're every half hour. Alright, let's go do a practice. Let's see how quick we can get this thing around the ring. Alright. Actually, I think I usually drive this with the round wheel. I do usually drive this with the round wheel. Blah blah. I restarted the engine. Audio engine pain input. Alright. Change wheel. Make sure we've got the force feedback set. What we take off this time? Yep. Cool beans. Ah, monkey. Now this is still on an old tire model, but they've updated the center of gravity and some of the, I think it was like, they fixed some things in the drivetrain or changed losses of torque in different places in the drivetrain, which is cool that they're modeling that. But you can't slide these tires because they have the same drummers as the old tires, say on the IMSA Vintage or GTEs. Sliding. Keep it tight. Roll it out. Stay off the curb, moron. If I hit a curb, it's generally not on purpose unless it's flat, because most of the curbs are not flat and they will unsettle the car. And I can unsettle the car without help. Nice. Actually, this kind of flows not a bad speed so far. It's probably a bit monotonous on the hit, miss, hit, miss, hit, miss. It's probably a little boring on the straight. But for, you know, pounding around the normal notch life with doing decent speed. Now I love the Indy Next around this track is a lot of fun. I think I did a 6:06 or something. 10 seconds faster than I was in the Super Formula Light. Alright, use the hill to carry speed. Gotta carry more. This is an outlap, it's not like we're getting timed. Now with this car being a little smaller, it might be easier getting too wide up here. Gets a bit funky in the GT3s. Or the P-Cup for that matter. But that's a chunky boy these days. Or should have dropped a gear maybe? Yeah, this feels pretty good. Well, it doesn't mean I'm fast. Feels good because you're not going fast enough. If you're pushing it, you'd be scared. Back up. Alright. Lift. Tip. Okay, good. Down to third. What gear are we going to carry this section in? Third or fourth? Hopefully not both. This is a curb you can hit. Not that one. Come on, bite. Nothing says confidence like having to touch the brakes to get the weight on the front so you get some front grip. Alright. Now, for the dip, you're gonna get air. Yep, yep. I'm just cleaning the tires off. We're good. Alright, so you need to ease off down there. Give it enough time to settle so it'll turn. Very good, mate. Alright, 205th. What's 6th gonna give us? Anything? Thinking... not really? Sixth with a draft is gonna be better than 5th without it. So that's going to make this section just a bloodbath. Alright, see what time we can get. Oof, a little tight there, mate. So basically we don't need 6th unless we're in a draft. Might get you a couple K. There you go, downhill, that helps. But still didn't grab much in the way of speed. Looks pretty good. Handling's typically neutral and fine. Doesn't seem to have any evil tendencies. Again, I'm probably just not pushing it fast enough. Off the curb, bud. .807. All right. No idea what we got the first lap. Just got to try and make sure we complete this one. We had the off track after the drop. What the name of that? I'm sure it has one. So we're gonna drop down to third gear for that. And other than that, we're pretty much just driving. I guess this car's a good way to learn the Nordschleife. It's a little slower. Gives you a little bit more time to have a look at what's going on and see how big the damn curbs are. A little easier to place the car, a little less bouncing over everything. A third's the answer. Most of it. And you know, going up to fourth. How do you know someone knows the Nordschleife? They're taking this section flat out when most of the corners are blind. Sounds alright. To go up to 6th and come back down when you get to the slow point? Maybe? Or just stick it in 6th? Let's see. I think if I drop back down to 5th, it's just going to go to 199, so technically this is faster. Just? Maybe? Slidey, slidey. Oh, it's because I was in third. Good on you, moron. Second gear corner. .804. There you go. Gotta be aiming at a 7, right? I think one of my issues with Nordschleifer is I typically drive it like I drive Long Beach. I try to have that endurance mentality of, well, we got to try and get the car back, so I leave some on the table and get swamped by those who don't. Which is fine if they then crash, we make the position back, but it's when they don't crash. Speaking of crashing, alright, that's a 5th. That's fine, I wanted to watch the lap anyway. But if, you know, if we maintain a better speed, I was going to keep it up. Alright, this was our lap. We got the out lap, then we did this lap. Stay off the curbs, man.
You.
Yo! How you doing?
Good you?
I'm good. I'm having fun. GR86 around Nordschleif's quite a good time. I just got to try it with other people. But yeah, the GR86 updates are nice. Feels much more like a car. Yeah, this lap felt comfortable. It weren't sliding around the place. It was tucking in pretty much where I wanted to. You know, sliding tires a little bit, but we're trying to do a decent time. Probably pushing about 8, 9 tenths. Not hair on fire or anything like that. A lot of marbles on the outside of the track there. You watching the Rolex?
Loving the chaos? Hit that follow button and never miss our wild adventures. More epic shenanigans await your return.
Now, Porsche's going to be hard to beat at Rolex this year. If the Acura boys can do it. Cadillac, maybe. Certainly not a particularly exciting looking lap. Stay off the curbs, man. Oh, IMSA's at Le Mans, isn't it? We should do that. We got second last time we did it. That was a crazy race. I'm down to Kleiner. Oh no, we're not down to Kleiner Carousel yet. Off the drop. Into the drop. Problem is, if someone's flying down there in fourth, that's not going to help us. Yeah, it came around there nicely too. Not like we're really going to wear the tires out in 3 laps, but still. Alright, so we did a 804. Some other people look like they're more familiar with it. Also 804 and 803.8. I think we got a 7 in there. Alright, when's the IMSA race? We'll do this. Probably see where we are lined up in the grid, but we may start from the pits for this. Nordschleife is about the only place I do that. And it's because 75% of the races I haven't, probably closer to 90, have ended in the first 2 corners. It's fixed. Well, I guess we were already in it. We were practicing, so. Oh, cool. So we've got a low plate. Probably because of people pre-qualifying. Since I'm seeing 600 iRating 1.24. This is the practice, it's not the race session yet. Okay. We got what, 2 minutes? Hit the restroom, be right back. All right, just in time. All right, we're on the 12th plate. Still thinking we're going to start it. I want to start at the back, not right in the middle of 20, so we're going to start in the pits. Which I really don't like, but this is about the only place we do it. So it'll be interesting. Is it going to be carnage because the car's easy to drive? Or is it going to be clean because the car's easy to drive? I don't know. We haven't done one of these. Not in this car. But I think every Ringmeister I've done where I've started in the middle of the pack, I've been spun by turn 2. Which is the difference between trying to leave a bit of space in case something happens and someone just charging through, typically. But you get all the different licenses here, so you can't really complain. It is what it is. Like Draft Masters. Look at Draft Masters is 87s. A bit floaty at Talladega. Daytona's worse, but I don't know if they fixed the Gen 4s yet. So if it had been the last part, I would have started on the grid. I don't know.
Let's have a clean race, guys.
Yeah.
Good luck to all, guys.
If they single file it, there's more chance they'll live.
Good luck, guys. Drive clean. Don't be idiots on the straight.
Good to know. All right. All right. That 1, 2, 3, one behind, 4.
baby, do your thing. Ready? Green flag. There's a wreck behind you.
Of course there is.
Grande Grace, eres un gilipollas.
Go on
What are
then.
you doing that for? Que te jodan, payaso.
Alright, see if we can keep up. I guess I need to drive this more so I can extract a little pace from it, because it does feel pretty good. Left tuck, off the curb, down to third, flip it in, back on the gas, roll it round, keep it in third, on the brakes, let the nose tuck in, roll out, up to fourth, up to miss hit miss.
Alright.
Brake's pretty good down here.
Dropped on the straight. Dump dropped on the straight. Dump dropped on the straight.
Definitely trying to keep the momentum up, something I'm not usually great at. Makes good practice then, right?
Nice work, you fucking idiot. Me cago en tus muertos, hijo de... Calm with that. It's 10 across my nose. Go by on the right hand. Good. Continue.
Washing ahead.
You just had to do shit, man. The whole night you were trying to do shit, man.
Heads up.
It's one. Gotta pass 8 more. Get in the points.
Your has more patience than that.
From a damage limitation, my expectation was because the car is somewhat intuitive to drive, that the racing would be close and then people's temperament would determine accidents rather than talent. I don't know, didn't know what to expect really. But I guess if they're all doing 755s and my best lap's at 806 or 7 or whatever the heck it was, yeah, we'll know. Should have studied, son. You talk about we did practice. How rude. I had a wheel on the track. Just dealing with different debris could have been it. Or I just let the car run too wide. It's also the end of the week. We didn't run it earlier in the week. We got people doing this all week. So they should be better.
Thank you, Chris.
Which isn't to say I don't want to get past some people. Hey, got us 1 kilometer an hour.
Here we go.
Hey, you got it in the right gear this time. Well done.
Working out. Don't touch me,
I think we missed the IMSA vintage.
I can't understand.
Guess I should have done that instead.
Bump drop, bump drop.
This is still fun.
Sure, okay.
Just not going to do our iRating any favors.
Be careful here. Thanks, buddy.
Am I not wringing its neck enough? Is that the problem? So we have two problems. One, I know the ring quite well, but I don't push it. You know, I sort of have done endurance races here, so I tend to underdrive. Maybe I'm underdriving the car and the track. But you know, I haven't driven the car much. I'm thoroughly enjoying the drive, it's just we're slow. Oh.
First time here? Smash that follow button to join our wild adventures. Your support helps us grow and brings you notifications when we go live.
I looked up at the standings and then spaced on where I was on the track. That should be a good clip. As I say, yeah, I know the track. That's a third gear corner with a hard brake, moron. Oh, we're kind of missing a wheel. Got it. Good to know. Is this faster than towing? Probably. As long as I don't put it in the wall. But you've already done that. Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, I know this track really well. You got distracted. You forgot where you were. You thought you were up here, past Carousel. And you wasn't. You weren't. You were not. Well, towing would be safer, wouldn't it? Not that there's anyone coming up on us, but still. Get a free repair, so all good. 4 minutes, we were at Carousel. Yeah. Yeah. Ruh-roh. Oh, one of the Astons has stopped. Not facing the right way either. Oh, it's a horrible place to be stopped just outside of turn 1. No, 6. And 6 onto the banking. I don't know what's wrong with it. I haven't said yet. But he's, yeah, one of the Aston Martin GTPs has stopped.
Thank you.
Oh, moving. Yeah, it's the only GTP that doesn't have a pardon me, doesn't have the hybrid system. It can't like drive itself back to the pits under electric power. Yeah, just wanted a break apparently. Ba-ba-ba-dum-bum. Probably should have turned the tires off, hey? I felt great, I just messed up. Looked at the standings based on where I was, thinking it was a 5th gear corner, and it was a 3rd gear corner.
So the mío de contar 30-20.
So yeah, that was a good time.
Hablas macho, macho.
Full tires, give them a little bit to warm up. Well, I think we have to learn how to extract some speed from this car. It's certainly fun. Much improved. And just a joy to drive around the ring, just I guess we need to do it faster. So yeah, 747s, and I think we did a 804. So I'd say we're missing just a little bit on the pace. Guess we need to do some more ringmeisters. But I guess the difference between knowing the track and knowing the track. Or it's what they do and they've got lots more laps. Entirely possible. I don't beat myself up. I know tracks that I'm faster at than others. Of course, the draft would probably help some. How many seconds it's worth.
Got it.
Thanks for not killing me, bro.
Alright, yes, we can actually slow down for this corner this time. Yeah. Asked us to keep it in 5th. But had to check, make sure revving the titties off it wasn't going to be the remedy.
Easy.
Anna, better luck next time.
Still fun. I was right. In the 7s is definitely possible. 740s is possible. We should be able to do like a 755. Not this week. We gotta learn how to push cars around here a little bit more, I think. LMP2's coming up here.
Checker flag.
Oh, we finished.
You're fired.
Yeah, I probably should be. Happens when you drive something you don't usually drive. Let's look at the start. But if I'd started out in the middle of the pack and they're all 10 seconds a lap faster than me, it would have ended badly also. Oh, that's not good. Oh. Ah, good to see mine. Yeah. Corner? No. Don't need to brake for that corner. I might take a break and then come back tonight with either an ARC stream or a Yang Gang stream, depending on what we're doing. If there's any shenanigans happening, that's less than optimal. And we still only got one position after spinning it. Alright. A very quiet day, but that's fine. Some days are really quiet, and I'm good to chill and go watch some Daytona. Maybe that's everyone's watching the Rolex. And that's fine. We'll come back later tonight. We'll get something to eat, chill for a bit. Alright. So we're back onto the 2K, but we'll work on that. I got IMSA's probably good for that, especially the vintage. I should have did that at 1 o'clock instead of that race, but that's fine. It's every 2 hours. Yeah, next one's not till 5. It's okay. It's just numbers. And I did decide that it was fun, forgetting that I am terribly slow at the ring. I'm safe. I can normally do laps without any off tracks, but I'm not fast. All right, take it easy, and we'll be back soon.